Eddie Flagrante reporting for Expose.
Does anyone need a protractor?
One of the most haunted places in Tallahassee.
Paloma! You look like a minion!
Crowbar! Seymour Crowbar. The Theater Files, hosted by Colby Sad. Ah yes, the intoxicating smell of our first episode of the Theater Files. I'm your somewhat lovable host, Colby. In this series, we'll be retroactively looking at shows I've been in the past and seeing what experiences and thoughts I've gained in the present. For our first episode, we'll be traveling to Tallahassee, Florida, to look at the Addams Family performed at the Quincy Music Theatre. This show ran from October 5th through the 15th in the year of our Lord, 2023. This was my first show at the Quincy Music Theatre, located in Quincy, Florida. Quincy is a small town located outside of Tallahassee, which is where I attend college. You know, go Garnet and Gold, go Knowles. Quincy is actually famous for the abundance of people. In the early 1920s, a bunch of people in Quincy invested in this small company called Coca-Cola. So it's one of the most wealthy cities per capita. Yeah, the people there are absolutely loaded. Nice houses and everything. It's pretty bougie. Quincy Music Theatre was founded 29 years ago, and it is located within the Old Leaf Theater, which was built in 1949. It's this old movie theater that maybe one day we'll go into more of the past. It's got kind of a dark past, unfortunately, but it's this old movie theater that they have renovated and converted into a community theater, which is really cool. It is actually considered one of the most haunted places in Tallahassee, and this is the perfect setting for a musical about America's most macabre family, the Addams Family. The Addams Family is a musical that really does not need an introduction. It is the most common community theater high school production put on in the world. Everyone does this show due to its recognizable characters and draw. This show was actually my second time doing the Addams Family. I'd done it in high school, my senior year of high school, but that is a episode for another day. A brief recap of the plot of the Addams Family musical. So everybody knows the Addams Family. You got Wednesday and Gomez and Morticia and Uncle Fester and Lurch and Pugsley and Grandma. Everyone knows them. But Wednesday Addams is all grown up now, and she's fallen in love with a boy named Lucas Beinecke. And the plot of the show revolves around Lucas's family, consisting of Mal and Alice, visiting the Addams Family estate for a family dinner, and one normal night turns into absolute chaos. Family prevails, and the Addams Family, old and new, moves towards the darkness together. I played the part of an ancestor. This is the ensemble in this show, the ancestors, and they are woken from the crypt by Uncle Fester, and their job is to help Wednesday and Lucas's relationship. And they just act as an ensemble unit. It's a pretty fun role. You get to be a ghost. You're like one of the ancestors of the Addams Family of the past. So there's some really fun ones. I was the mad scientist. It was pretty fun. I got to be a little insane. I got to be a little mentally ill, just like in real life. It was fun. But we also had some other ancestors, such as we had a cowgirl, we had a caveman, we had an Elvis impersonator, we had a heretic. Pretty cool ancestor crew. But yeah, we were fully clad in this white makeup. It was a pain to put on. I got to chug V8 on stage and then fall. That was pretty epic. And then we got to crawl under the pit, because there's a pit at Quincy, and we had to crawl under the stage and we could pop out of the pit and ooh, butt love. My favorite number in the Addams Family is actually Happy Sad. It's this emotional song by Gomez. And I got to sit on the stage and watch it every day because we were trees for more than half the show, and I stood there for a good 20-ish minutes as a tree. Yeah. But it's an oddly beautiful song in what is considered a popcorn musical. Truly though, great song. But my experience was not the only one that was had during the show.
Hello, my name is Meg Cunningham. I use she, they pronouns. I've known Colby for a long time. We've been doing theater together for 5 years now. Fun fact about me, I have a Sphinx cat named Penelope, and she runs my whole life. So in Addams Family, I was in the ensemble, part of the ancestors family, specifically Marie Antoinette. My favorite part of the show was probably the dance numbers. I found it really, really challenging. I am one of those people who is actor first, singer second, and then way down there a dancer, but I found it really challenging and I got a chance to improve my skills, so thank you to Vanessa, our choreographer, for that. One thing I would change about the show, I would have appreciated maybe some more rehearsal time, maybe a little bit more structure, but I think we ended up with a really great final project. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Carter Nelson, he, him. So, fun fact about me is that I actually already did this show in high school. Not performed it actually, because it was COVID year, so we got all the way up right until the end, went on spring break, and just never performed it. So, I'm actually really familiar with it, even before the Quincy production. I played the Elvis ancestor, who was just pretty much a dead Elvis character. I had a lot more hair back then, and I had great sideburns. It was a lot of fun to be Elvis. My favorite moment of the show was when some of the ancestors would pop out of the pit, myself included, and scare the people in the front row during Butt Love, one of the versions of Butt Love during the show. Because you could sit in the pit and watch the show as it was going on. So it was a lot of fun to get the audience point of view. And if there's one thing I could change, probably Grandma's cart. Grandma's cart was the biggest, most obstructive and loudest, because the bottles would just clink together. So it was big and loud and hard to control, and the wings were small. So that thing just got in everyone's way. It was loud. You had to be super careful with it. And I don't know personally what I would do to fix it, but that was definitely the biggest problem that I noticed. I don't know, that I would personally want to address. It was a lot of fun though. It was great doing the show again. Probably wouldn't do it again too soon, but yeah, that's my thoughts.
Thank you. Full disclosure, Addams Family was truly an unforgettable experience. Do with that information what you must. I did some quite forgettable things in this show, like be a tree for a good 20 minutes, but it was fun. If I could change one thing though retroactively about this show, I had this thing of Mio, that stuff you squirt in your drink, and I put it on this lip backstage, there's this ledge backstage, and it fell, and I have not seen it since, and I'm really upset about that. That's the one thing I would change about this show, is I would not put my Mio on the lip, and I would still have it to flavor my drink, maybe. I probably would have run out by now. That was almost 6 months ago, but I miss my Mio. If anyone at Quincy ever finds it, I want it back. It's mine. Yeah. Addams Family is a hard one to kind of look at retroactively though, because I did it so recently. I haven't had the years of knowledge and trauma and pain that comes in time. I still got that recency bias. I enjoyed my time though. I thought there was some rough parts, just like every show, but it really did come together and we did truly have a magical show. If anybody has the recording, please, I want it. I know there is a recording of it. A good way to describe this show and this cast though is we were truly a family. There was drama, just like every show, but we were truly a family, and family has their ups and downs. At the end of the day, family does always come first, and family always doesn't come last. And family comes by and by. But when you try to rank Addams Family at Quincy Music Theatre, the standard answers, they just don't apply. Right now, I'm going to give this a pretty high ranking though on my list of shows. I really did enjoy my time in this show. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Theater Files. Anyway, before I go, make sure you follow my Instagram if you want to vote on the polls that I do hold to pick the next episode. That poll should be going up at some point. It might already be up. But yeah, make sure you follow my Instagram. It'll be in the bio and stuff like that, so you can vote on these polls. Anyway, goodbye.